Hello, this is Sam Simon, also known as Dementia Man, and this is my blog for the week of October 19th. It's going to be sort of in two parts. I'm going to talk a little bit about um, my journey with dementia and some interesting developments, not about me so much as about something I read in the paper today and about people like me. But I wanted to start this again with the fact that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And just in case you're somebody who doesn't know, um, I'm Sam Simon, an author, playwright, and um, actor. And I've written two plays. This is my second. But originally, I was a lawyer, graduated from law school. I was one of the first lawyers to ever work for Ralph Nader. Yes, that Ralph Nader, we like to say. And I had a whole, from 70 to 2006. So that's 36 years, if I got that right, in Washington as a lawyer, public affairs person working for Ralph Nader. My specialty was really became in telecommunications. Oh, by the way, I also served 4 years in the Army. I was an Army JAG officer. I caused trouble for everybody if you work for Ralph Nader, you cause trouble in the world. Um, and we could talk about that, but I'm not. Uh, and just my way of saying, I didn't start out as a playwright. Um, I did some improv work. I ended up doing some, at first community theater, and then I was introduced to a group in New York called Artistic New Directions, and they're still around. And they were having summer retreats on learning how to do theatrical improv, yes ending. And I eventually started yes ending life. What does that mean? It means accepting all information, and in my instance, accept accepting what life gives us. Yes, I'm a man with Alzheimer's now. Can't deny it, and I'm not going to let it define me. Well, it is defining me, but I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to be the best man with Alzheimer's that the world has ever seen. And we add information to it. So, and I'm going to be the best person with it the world's ever seen. And that means living as fully as I can with it, doing a play, writing about it. Wasn't my natural inclination initially, but through that improv work, I was introduced to theater. When I sold my company, when I finished my lawyering work, I ended up being confronted by the fact that my wife, Susan, was diagnosed with advanced breast cancer. And so I'm going to stop and I'm going to put something else behind me. Hold on just a second. And yes, I was Susan's love partner. I had to be with Susan. That's our wedding picture in August 22nd, 1960, 23rd, 1966. That's how we looked at the end. And I had to figure out what to do, but I had this phenomena. I, she got really, really sick and she had to double mastectomy. I had to be in the room. I had to hold out the small metal pads that she was going to vomit. I had to um, help her get to the restroom. There was a time where I had to inject her in her stomach with some medicines, things that I didn't think I could ever do. And it drew us closer. I can remember just the moments that I would kiss her and we'd breathe in and I could feel like the air, our breaths were one. And this idea of a singularity that we were in a single life force in two people, but we were so intimately connected. what I said and what I say in the play is we each are an equal half of the other. So the play sort of starts out, by the way. It imagines this liminal place where there's a liminal, what's it liminal? Between Earth and wherever that other place may be. And it imagines an activity, imagines the moments before you hold someone, they take their last breath. It goes something like this. There is a dance that one day each and every one of us will dance. That dance takes place in a grand ballroom with a fabulous orchestra. The orchestra, I think, plays whatever song the dancers themselves want to hear. And even though I've been to so many of these events, and even though I have the routine down pat, even so, I don't think I can recall a single tune ever played by one of those orchestras. I hope you can read the book, and also we do have some of the music from the play online at theactualdance.com. And be in touch. We've had a video of the show. I recorded it during the pandemic that we can make available to you as well. To listen to that music, to feel that moment as you hold the person you love most in the world and they take their last breath and disappear into some other place. It's what love really means. And it is the journey of being with someone. In breast cancer, at one time, it used to be the C word, cancer, and people wouldn't mention it. And there were very few treatments for cancer. Like today, pancreatic cancer, there's still very few treatments, but breast cancer was similarly back then. Susan was an unlikely survivor, and now many more survive, and there's much, much more hope. So I encourage you, go to Amazon or go to theactualdance.com, and you can figure out how to click and download, either download a copy or order your own copy. And if you're someone who's in that role today, be in touch. If you want to talk to somebody who's been through the same thing, I'm glad to talk to you. Cleveland Clinic has a program. I think they call us Blue Angels. I'm not sure. That may not be right. Something Angels. And I'm on a list that people can call me, particularly care partners, and just talk about if they're going through the same thing. And of course, let me return to where we started. Just hold on a second. I'm back. Yes, I'm doing the same thing with my Alzheimer's diagnosis. I've written a book, just finished the last edits. Fingers crossed, we're going to get it done by the middle to late November. And we've got the review, people have reviewed it, got fabulous reviews in from some wonderful people. And it's a bit autobiographical, different than the last book. And it's from the mouth of the person who has the disease. But I think I wanted to mention something else. There was an article today in the Washington Post, and it's about, it's in the Metro section, and it's about something called the Forgetful Friends Chorus. This is a Manassas, Virginia church. I live in Northern Virginia, that has assembled a chorus of people to sing in who have neurocognitive disorders, aka dementia. And I don't know if you remember, but not all parts of memory are affected at the same time. And Tony Bennett in particular, despite his late stage dementia, was still able to get on stage and sing Lady Gaga I think at his last time he did that, Lady Gaga was there and presented him. It was incredible how people can sing. I have no sense of, wow, I don't, I can't sing. I can't sing, and I'm sort of jealous of this. Um, I was thinking, well, maybe with my Alzheimer's and a dementia choir chorus, I could be in that too. Maybe I'll finally, at 80 years old, be able to say, well, it's a quick story. When I was 13, I was getting ready for my bar mitzvah, and I couldn't keep a tone, the song. And the music teacher said, "You can't chant," and shut the book in front of me. Said, "You're tone deaf," and indeed, most of my life I have been. But when I was trained in improv, um, I improvised. I was I was being trained, and part of that is improvising, being a singer. And guess what? Not, there is nothing wrong when you improv. You can't make a mistake when you improv. Even if your sound sounds bizarre, it's what the calls for, and you are doing, and it's what's supposed to happen. Although I think maybe now I did find as a result that in chorus with other people, I can match the two. So I was really, really impressed that there are um, chorus for forgetful people, choirs for forgetful people. So my end note for today is that I can too sing a song to you. I can do it any way I want to. I'm a poet, and I don't know it. Oh, I do know it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little crazy little thing for this week. If you're going through breast cancer and it's in your family, there is help there. By the way, Medicare will pay for a breast cancer uh, navigator. And feel free to be in touch with me. Get the book, The Actual Dance, Love's Ultimate Journey with Breast Cancer, and be on the watch for November, Dementia Man, the book. Thank you very much.